before all this got going, I mean, you know, I wasn't the most work ethically driven person, passionate about a certain thing, very interested in cultivating, and I never really just took it to that level. Things just kind of just spiraled and grew, and it just grew and grew and grew, and playing around the different genetics and gathering the genetics and then crossing them and back crossing them and just playing with them and seeing what was going to come out next of the next batch, and just keeping cuts of every single strain. They just keep stacking up. You need more and more space, and you got to keep growing these things bigger and bigger and more. So it's a huge passion. Now I'm at a level now where I'm able to train people to be just like me, overseeing exactly what they're doing and kind of be consistently producing the same quality every single time. Yeah, you know, if I wasn't in the cannabis industry, you know, I'd be probably working a desk job or something, just miserable, day in, day out, a 9 to 5, selling mortgage loans or something, just being a kook clown, you know, a fake person with a fake smile and a hey, laugh, you know, or something like that, which I did do that for a couple of years, but I hated it, had to get out of it. Now I'm here.
I'm sick with it, music artist as well as master grower. We gon' do it. Yeah, I do the money walk, yeah, I do the money talk, whole game with it and we all do it. Been with Gasco for many years now. Yeah, here we are. It's hard to grow good exotic weed. If you don't have the facility and the platform, it's gonna be very hard to grow some exotic weed. You gotta have the work effort. Really, a lot of work effort and know exactly what you're doing. I mean, it's easy to mess these plants up. They're very easy to fuck everything up, yeah. You know, there is a difference between just throwing a seed in the ground and then putting your time being in there with them, understanding what's going on by just looking at it and knowing and going through the steps of many years. And you can be growing weed for 5, 6, 7, 8 years, but there's a point where it hits and you can call yourself a master grower. You know it.
Hold on, shake that monkey.
The weed culture, you know, it goes hand in hand with music, you know, creativity, you know, everything from the shows to, you know, the whole culture behind it. It's in the music, it's a heartbeat, it's a passion. But I mean, it just brings people together. Nothing brings people together like good weed, you know?
What's up? Hey, this shit wavy.
What up? Welcome to the West Fest. I'm DEMRICK, and today is your lucky day. We're going behind the scenes.
DEMRICK's an artist that we linked up with. He came out to the High Times Cannabis Cup after show. He was gonna perform in the Real World Suite with us. And we had the Loonies perform the night before, and we had gotten kicked out of the Real World Suite Sunday, the day that DEMRICK was gonna perform. So he came up to the room and we chopped it up and everything, and that's when security came up and said, "You need to go." And I was like, motherfucker, I had 13 rooms booked at the hotel, so I just fucking canceled all the rooms, bro. If I'm leaving, everyone's leaving. But anyway, since then, we just kept close, and then we developed a strain together. He's part of the team, and he's all about Gasco, and he believes in everything that we're doing. So that's why DEMRICK's so on board with us, because he sees the movement that we're going, and he tells me all the time, yo, I'm following your lead. I'm following y'all lead.
What's up? This is your boy DEMRICK. I'm an artist, you know, hip hop lover, cannabis lover. It's going down with my Gasco family. I actually have 2 strains with them, the Mac Tonight and also the Gaslighter, which was the original. Today they invited me in the grow to check out the process. You know, I love to watch the plants and pull up and just kind of check out everything that's going on. Today they're gonna be doing something called Lollipop. Let's check it out.
All right, here we are. It's day 13. It's prime time. The plants are pretty much done doing all their stretch, and now it's time to lollipop. So we're gonna be thinning out the bottoms, leaving the tops, let all the energy go to the top so we get those fat, chunky nugs, and we're not losing any energy down in the lower portion of the plant.
What is lollipopping? Like, what do you do? What's the process?
All right, so check it out. So what I would do is you're gonna take these little branches down here, cut these lowers right here, And everything that's pretty much not maybe 4 inches below the net, I'm pretty much whacking everything off.
There's 2 techniques you could use. I tend to just do the pop on these bigger fan leaves. You can kind of slightly press against them and they will just pop right off. But you could always use your scissors. You know it's gonna be a good clean cut and the job's gonna get done correctly. And you base your lollipopping off how big the plant is and the structure of the plant. If you are doing the bending, the pop technique, you wanna make sure that you're doing it correctly and you're not hurting the plant and tearing the plant. You do not wanna pull. You do not wanna pull the outer layer of the plant skin cell wall off.
And all this stuff isn't gonna do much. It's just really taking away the energy from the tops. And you wanna make it clean, and they call it a lollipop because, I mean, you know,
All at the top.
it looks like it's a lollipop. Everything's at the top, exactly.
You don't want no little nodes hanging off, no water leaves.
Unless you're like an extract guy or something like that, that's the only reason you would keep this lower stuff, because you're gonna end up just washing
Because the buds are small, comes out smaller at the
tiny,
bottom.
larvae, they're loose, airy.
You're gonna notice that the middle area is gonna start to open up and more light penetration can kind of get down here as well. So all the energy and nutrients will go to the top part of the plants instead of being wasted down here on these the little heads and little nodes that aren't gonna get very much light and not gonna grow very big. So everything's gonna go up, all the energy will be right here, where you'll have your beautiful frosty Gasco exotic nug.
So yeah, it's kind of like art, you know what I mean? Like you're like, oh, like you're painting your painting, you know, like Bob Ross, you know? Protect the energy at all costs, you know?
Hey, for real. What strain is this?
Okay, so this strain right here is Yuckmouth Culotta crossed to Yuckmouth Culotta. So we're trying to kind of stabilize that lineage, that line. I want to check the stability in that line, see how many phenos are just like the original Yuckmouth Culotta, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's these right here, but then I got biscotti crossed with the Yuckmouth Culotta. We got apple fritter crossed with the Yuckmouth Culotta. There's the ice cream cake with the Yuckmouth Culotta. We got the new 42 Hellcat crossed with the Yuckmouth Culotta.
That strain's crazy right there. The
Dude,
42.
yeah. You
That
smoke
shit
it?
fire. Yeah, hell yeah. You gave me that big ass butt. I went and burnt that thing down.
Oh yeah. Dude.
So what is that cross on now?
Oh man, that was wild, bro. Face on Fire crossed to Cookies, crossed to Gelato 33, back crossed to Cookies, crossed to fucking Tres Leches, crossed to Mac Tonight, crossed to Culotta, and then fucking back crossed to Cookies again or something. Something crazy.
You went
I mean,
crazy on
don't
that
quote
one,
me on it, bro. But I know it's everything I mentioned's in that lineage. It was years, bro.
Yeah,
Years
exactly. You built that from the ground up.
Built that motherfucker from the ground up. So we're pheno hunting through that too. So that's gonna be interesting too. All our genetics are pretty stable in that aspect. Everything looks fucking solid at this point. I don't see anything hanging that's scaring me that I'm concerned about. I think we're gonna find some super fire in here right now.
Ooh, I got a question.
What's up?
Where's that Mac tonight?
Oh, let's go. It's back here, man.
Roll the Mac tonight in the paper plane. This life's a game, you gotta pay to play.
Yeah, here we are, man. It is day 13. Here's our Mac Tonight strain. This is our signature strain we got with DEMRICK that's just making waves right now.
Love this strain.
As you see, I mean, we're already done with the lollipopping on these guys here, and we're working our way that way. You know, 7 weeks, you guys are gonna see what this lady can do.
Woo. You know, man, I love this strain. A lot of reasons, you know, the color on it, the crystals, the way that it's just so frosty. And then also the high, which is my favorite part, and the taste.
Flavor.
Yeah, the flavor that you get.
Flavor. It's chunky. It's chunky. I mean, everybody knows that.
But as soon as I hit it for the very first time, I knew. I was like, I can smoke this shit all the time, baby. Let's go. This is the one.
Straight up.
It's other people's favorite weed too, you know, and there's so much stuff that gets cultivated and made and created out there to have something like this that stands out in the marketplace is really, it's the shit to me. It's like, you know, my palate is right on point with what's hot in the streets, man.
When we created the Mac Tonight, the Mac 1 crossed with Culotta, I only grew a few plants of it at first. We had like a handful of phenos. You remember that there was a lot of mutants. There was like, it was at like 70 something.
There was like four different ones you gave to me.
We tried 4 different ones. we all agreed. We all sat down in the studio. We tried them all, and this is the one we decided to run with for multiple reasons. It hit the 5-point inspection. It hit every category we were looking for. That was it, bro.
Legendary smoke session, bro.
Yeah. That was the staple when, Mac Tonight was born.
It was difficult because all the weed that they grow is fire. So it is, when you're actually getting a chance to work with a cultivator that's as good and as talented as these guys are, then it opens up the doorway. You can go a lot of different directions with it. But out of the 4 that we sat down and smoked, this one was a for sure winner. It's perfect in my opinion. And it's something that you can smoke again and again and again. Some strains, you smoke them, you kind of lose your on them, But that's why you give me the big jar. I sit there and I smoke through it, and I'm like, shit, I smoke this shit every day. It ain't just it ain't just a home run. That shit's a grand slam. That's it, man. You know what it is.
Yeah. It's like a cultivator's dream plan. You know what I mean? Because it yields good. The yields are heavy. I mean, not only does it smoke well, taste well, but the yields are heavy. So it's on the cultivation side, we run the shit out of it and just run the numbers up, so. And
I remember you telling me how difficult the process is to cross something with Mac 1.
Oh, dude, I can't stand them cross. I'm afraid. That's why, the pheno selection we're doing over there? Dude, I don't want to risk a hermaphrodite popping out.
Yeah.
Because when I did run a bunch of those Mac 1s, I found close to a 30% hermaphrodite rate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I had 30% hermaphrodites in there, I'm losing 30% of my yield in my grow. If I were to find them all and pull them all out, that's the best case scenario. I'm losing 30% of the grow. Worst case scenario, there's a hermaphrodite in there, pollinates the whole room, lose the whole crop.
Yeah, that shit would be a travesty.
Can't risk that shit.
Do you think that's why a lot of people don't cross the Mac Tonight? The Mac 1 with different strains a lot of times?
Oh, 100%. I mean, even the dude that created the Mac 1, he even said straight up, don't breed with the Mac 1. He's like, you're not gonna be happy. You're not gonna find a lot of seeds.
Cool.
So yeah, man. So it's this is a rare treat to have a pheno like the Mac Tonight that we selected that we can actually cultivate. It's one of a kind, one of one, We're the only ones with it. We're the only ones who ever will have it.
So if you get a bag with that moon on it, just realize you lucky. You know what I'm saying? Don't everybody got this. So I said, it's what's in the bag that counts, man, and Gasco got it.
That's it.
Yes, sir.
101, baby.
All love, brother. 7 weeks, I'm coming back.
Let's go. If there's, anybody in the cannabis industry that I would want to partner with, it would be Real. He invited us into the smoke box. We sat down, had a smoke session there, chopped it up about everything we're doing with the Gasco. He supports the brand, he supports the Gasco, everything we're doing. He knows that we're going to be around for a long time, and I would love to partner with him. But if not, we're always going to work together. So that's just Real, dude. He keeps it real.
You're going to want this. If you're into the exotic flavors, man, they've done their thing, the Gasco, man.
You know what? It's still early to tell. There's a couple in there that have caught my eye when I was in there working with everything yesterday. The Yuck Mouth Culatto, cross back to the Yuck Mouth Culatto. There's one in there that looks just eye appealing, that's just really catching my eye. If it finishes up how I anticipate to finish up, then yeah, that's gonna be a winner. There's a 42 Hellcat cross with the Yuck Mouth Culatto in there that a couple of those really got my eye. A lot of those have my eye. I just don't know which one it's gonna be. The Gelato 33 crossed with the Yuck Mouth Culatto. The Gelato 33 just crosses so well. So we'll see. I mean, but we don't know. We don't know until the fat lady sings, and we got to see how they turn out. But everything looks good. I can tell you that everything looks great. The goal of running all these different strains of the pheno selection is to find that next new flagship strain for Gasco. If we find 3, it's a success. 2, it's a success. 1, it's a success. If we find 0, it's not a success. But I guarantee we're gonna find at least one. So last week, we lollipopped everything. This week, be able to see the results of the lollipop job we did. I'm gonna show you guys how to yield heavy on this one. We're in the middle of the gas co facility right now. And right now, what we're doing is a process called thinning. Theory with thinning is that you get more light penetration, so all the nugs will fill in the middle of the canopy towards the bottom. So everything is chunky. We're using all of the nug. We're utilizing every square inch of this space. It is going to be absolutely incredible in this room. And I can't wait.
We're taking these big fan leaves and we're taking them out so that way light penetration could come into the nugs. Light penetration is a big, important part of growing weed because if they don't have light penetration, they become these soft, squishy nugs, and we don't want that. It's known as larf, and we don't want any of that larf around here. We like these buds to come out with good structure, nice, hard, dense nugs, and that's how we do it out here in Gasco. This run right now is looking really solid, so we're expecting a pretty good run out of this. And the only way that we're able to get that is if we put in the work. So we're gonna be here all night, getting all these leaves off. Once we finish with these leaves, then we just check up on CO2 until final harvest day. And then we'll come in here and we'll chop them all down and we'll have these beautiful buds ready. All we have here is happy trees. Like Bob Ross, happy trees. The canopy is full. I like to check underneath to see if the light is hitting any of the buds. If it's not, then I have to go in to see what leaves I have to get rid of so that way the light can come through. And I see right here that there's a bunch of leaves blocking this snug. And there we go. The light is seeping through.
And what I'm looking for right now is I'm not only looking at the quality of what I think is going to be incredible, I'm looking at the smell, I'm looking at, I'm seeing if there's any hermaphrodital traits on any of these. Because anytime you're growing from a seed, it could sprout a hermaphrodite. And I love to see no hermaphrodital traits in our genetics, and I don't see anything in here, which is amazing because we're growing like 6 different strains of seeds from pheno hunting, so you know, but I don't see anything that's raising any concern at all. Of course, we pulled all the males out of here. Could you imagine? And now we're at day 21. The bud sites have fully developed, and now we could actually strip the leaves off. Not all of them, because the leaf is still the engine, the driving force that's making these buds big. Each nug that's coming out, that leaf, is the engine for that bud. So if the bud's too small and you pull that leaf, that bud's not gonna do much of nothing. It's important to only pull the ones that have like a branch already coming out of that node. That way you're not going crazy and trimming the weed before the weed's even grown, you know? After the thinning, we kick back and we enjoy the show. We make sure the environmental conditions are always good. I like keeping my temps at 76. Some might say that's a little too low. I think I get the best product like that. I'm not running product for concentrates. I'm running product for the best flower out there, and how we get the best flower out there is keeping those temps. If I had them at 81 or 82, you know, you're gonna get some heat stress. It's gonna be a little aerated. It's not gonna be as frosty. We keep our humidity at 63. Up until around day 55, we'll drop it to 55% because the buds are solid and we don't want moisture to get in those solid nugs. So you're gonna see this around day 63, and this room is gonna look transformed. You will definitely recognize, you know, that it came off of this grow off the site, but these buds are gonna look different. This whole All of these pheno hunting ones, I'm predicting that 75% of them are purple, if not 80 to 90%. But because of the Yuckmouth Culotta being so dark purple and having those purple genetics in there, it's gonna be like a light show in here, dude. Just purples and vibrant colors. You know, every single thing in here is gonna look like it belongs in a High Times magazine. And it does. So currently Gasco is looking for new facilities to cultivate in, new licenses. We're also looking to work with other cultivators that can provide good, clean, quality product. And they might be interested in growing Gasco strains as the demand is extremely high, where we're looking for some licensing deals where, you know, cultivators can specifically grow Gasco strains. And over time, I mean, as the demand builds and builds, that's really the direction we are gonna have to head in to supply the demand. You know, you could say we're more exclusive, word of mouth, you know, like a club. You know, it's, you know somebody that knows somebody, then you're definitely gonna be able to get Gasco. Word of mouth, very exclusivity for all of our products. So we're gonna continue to expand. We'd like to get a licensed retail. Well, that's the main goal, is to shop. Just expand on the cultivation size, keep breeding, keep pheno hunting, expanding all of our strains, our lineup, you know, just taking it one day at a time, really. I can allow my product to speak for itself, and my product speaks loud words. The cannabis industry is honest because you can't fake your product. You can't fake the funk. It's a representation of you. It speaks volumes of your company, of what you're doing. God bless the plant. If I didn't have it, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. Gasco wouldn't exist. The Vault Seed Bank would have never been born. So God bless the plant.